Hello, I am Erica, and today I'm doing a fear that I actually have. Today I'm doing vermiphobia, which is the fear of parasitic worms. Don't want to do this. I decided that I was going to do 5 or 6 types of worms. I'm going to do them all on my face. Now typically these worms do not belong on the face or around the face. They are usually intestinal, but what I'm going to depict is some terrifying dreams that I myself have had and what I would absolutely fear actually happening to me. Earlier I made a bunch of worms and I'm going to go ahead and cut to show you what those are now.
For this first worm, I decided to simply take just a little bit of toilet paper, roll it up so it was a very thin little tube, and put some latex on it, basically rolling it between my fingers. The second worm, I took half a sheet of toilet paper, rolled it up, and again, just used some latex, and as I went down the toilet paper, rolled it so that way it became pointed. This worm here is very much similar to the second worm, the round worm. But basically all you do is you roll it up a little bit and give it some shape. These little guys are curled up a little bit. This guy is the tapeworm. This guy's fun. For this guy, I took toilet paper and put it on my pinky, but put some latex on it, making like a little cap for my finger. And then I took some toilet paper, made little pinworm type rolls, and I turned them into little donuts like I did for trypophobia. I stuck those on the 3 places on its head, so it was like a little triangle, and then on the top I did a 4th one connecting the 3 little circles together. This guy is ugly. I don't like him at all. This guy is the fluke worm, and what I did for the fluke worm is I took a whole sheet of toilet paper and I folded it up so it was kind of flat. I then gingerly took some latex and put it along the edges, and once that part dried, I decided to point the tip by folding in the edges. And then I also saw online that some of them had little tail things, so what I did is I just ripped it in half and I rolled up the 2 halves, and then I just kind of covered it with latex on both sides and let that dry. I then decided to do its little brother, I suppose you would call it. It's just a smaller one. It's kind of like an oblong diamond. Took like a 1/4 to a half of a sheet of toilet paper, folded it up so that way it looked somewhat like a diamond, and put latex on it.
Now the only worm that I did not talk about there was the ringworm. And the reason I didn't talk about the ringworm is because I'm going to be drawing it on my face. Also, most of these worms are bigger than what they actually are. The ringworm, the tapeworm, and the fluke worm are bigger than normal. However, they can get much larger than what I'm showing here. Alright, let's get started. So I'm going to start with a worm, my round worm. This little guy here, right here. I might be able to bend him a little bit. First I'm going to do these little pinworms is I'm going to make them white. I'm going to cheap makeup for this, so I really don't care. Yep. So this guy is my tapeworm. He is kind of gross looking, and because he is intestinal, and he's one of the most well-known intestinal things that I'm pretty sure of. See hello, or like. So this is my fluke worm. Okay, so I'm actually going to move these guys because they are on the nose and they are very distracting. So for these ones, I'm going to put the gauze on first. That way I can get some of the shape. I'm gonna use another fluke worm. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start making them look nice. This one's already pretty good except for the wound here. Now I'm gonna start with some shading. That's one done. Look at him. So now for these ones, we're really just going to focus on shadowing. Do this one next. I'm gonna do this guy. Now that all the normal grease makeup is done, I'm going to add just a little bit of blood just to highlight certain things. Use some light. So since I've done that, the last thing I'm going to do is ringworm. Because I do have him coming on my cheek, I am going to put something in my cheek. I'm just going to use a little bit of toilet paper. Just make him look like he's there. So this is Vermiphobia. You got plenty of worms to choose from here. I really hope that this didn't freak you out as much as it did freak me out. So there was a couple of moments when I just didn't want to continue doing this. I'm really kind of happy with the way it turned out. Other than that, I really don't have anything else to say, other than I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I will see you in the next video.